Hello, so today we're gonna go over how to make point jobs 11 and 12. Keep in mind we're in program 101. So first we're gonna go into menu and we're gonna go down to point job settings. We're gonna press enter and we're gonna make point job 11. Enter. So here we start by going into COM settings. So we're gonna go to there, and we're gonna go into clear COM. Enter. Wait, where did I? Okay, so now we're gonna enter. We're gonna go into delay. Gonna press delay, and then we're gonna do 500 milliseconds. Just delete, enter. Now we're gonna go to 3, and we're gonna go to camera Z adjustment, all the way down there, and then we're gonna do W camera up there, and we're gonna type in 11. So we're on point job 11, and this is shot number 1. Now next we're gonna go into if branch, and we're just gonna press if, and then next we're going to go into if condition again, or condition right there. We're gonna enter, and then we're gonna go to ID, enter, and then we're gonna go into system flag right there, and we're gonna type in 31, and then we're gonna hit enter. Then we're gonna go into the if branch again, and then we're gonna hit then. Good. Press enter. We're gonna go into the execute flow control, and we're gonna hit wait to start BZ. So we're gonna hit enter. We're gonna go to execute flow control, and we're gonna do go point, and condition number is gonna be 0, enter, and the go point number is also 0, enter. Then we're gonna enter, and we're gonna go to execute flow control once more, and now we're gonna go to end program. Now last, we're gonna go to if branch, enter, and end if, enter. And now we're gonna hit escape twice, and we're gonna save right there. So now it's gonna save everything. And there we go. That's how we create point job 11 in program 101. Now point job 12 is essentially the same. So if we go to menu, point job settings, hit 12, it's the same exact thing, except over here, instead of shot 1, it's shot 2. That's it. Everything else is the exact same thing, just on point job number 12. That is pretty much how you make point jobs 11 and 12 in program 101. Hope that made sense. Alright, so today we're going to go over how to create workpiece adjustments 11 and 12 in program 101. So we're going to go into menu, and then we're going to go into variable additional function data settings, enter, and then we're going to go into workpiece adjustment settings. We're going to do 11, enter, and we're going to go into CCD camera adjustments. CCD camera adjustment, CCD camera adjustment, enter, and then camera comm settings, enter, and we're going to select the last one because that's the type of camera that's on, and we're going to make sure that it's in COM 2, COM port 2, good, and then we're going to escape. We're then going to go into calibration. We're going to make sure that we're static and calibration mark 2, and we got the camera facing down. Escape. And then we're going to go escape, 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 and we're going to hit save right there. And it's going to save. And make sure anytime you make either a camera adjustment, everything has to be saved. And it's going to be the same process to do it for number 12. Just again, menu, additional function settings, and then we're going to go into workpiece adjustment settings, and you just do the same thing except type in number 12. So that's how you do workpiece adjustments number 11 and 12. Hope that helps. Hello, so today we're going to be going over how to teach points 1 and 2. So first we're going to open this folder. We're going to go into Out Application. We're going to scroll until we get to fan court modules. We're going to open that up. We're going to enter the username. That's going to be admin. And the password is 1. Alright, so now we're going to go into programs. And we see that we go into the default one. We need to make another one for calibration. So what we're going to do is click Save As. And over here, we're going to make a program called calibration. And we're going to click save. All right, so we're in calibration. We're just going to make sure that's saved by clicking save again and then load. So now we're in calibration, which is good. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and exit the FOS. We're going to close the program, and we're going to go up here and we're going to go into Sherlock, folder Sherlock, and then as you can see over here we have a new calibration file, and we're going to click on that and open it. Hit yes, and then Sherlock's going to open. And now over here, the main thing that we're going to look for is that it's indexing at 0. So over here, you can see that the port index is 0 in both places. And the other thing that we're going to make sure is that it runs, and you can see that there's a yellow dot, and if there would be an error of some sort, it would be red. So that would mean your index is wrong. The other thing that we're going to just make sure is that we're going to go here into acquisition, and we're going to see Separa is enabled. So we're going to hit OK. So because it's all good, we can go ahead and X out from that. Get save changes, right? And we can X out of there, and then we're gonna go back and open up the FOS again. Our application. Open up the FOS. Alright, we're going to type in the username again, admin, and then password is 1. Okay, we're going to go into programs, we're going to go into our calibration, and we're going to hit load. Alright, so now that we're in our calibration, I'm going to grab our pendant over here, and I'm gonna go to our first calibration mark, which is it's gonna be the right bottom hand side. So I'm gonna be using Shift and Y and X to move the robot. Alright, so now that we've kind of come to the approximate location, we're going to not hold shift, and we're going to just very fine-tunedly adjust so that the crosshair is perfectly centered in our calibration mark. Oh yeah, we're going to zoom in and just make sure right here. I'm going to hit zoom in. Plus, there we go. Even one more. Cool. So now we can like make sure and see that it's perfectly centered, which it is. So now what we're gonna do is hit save. Enter. And we're gonna, I hit enter, and then we go down. And we're going to specify what type of point this is, and we're going to hit double camera shoot 0.1, because this signifies 0.1. So now you can see over here that 0.1 is now saved. So now we're going to do 0.2. So 0.2 is going to be on the left hand bottom side. So we're going to do that. You can turn it off. So now we're going to zoom in once more again, and we're just going to make sure that just using the X and Y keys, and just make sure that it's perfectly centered in the crosshair. And once we decide that's perfectly centered, we're going to go ahead and click enter, and we're going to specify the type of point that it is again. So I'm just going down all the way until that I see double 0.2, because this is the second point that we're initializing, and then we're going to hit enter. And as you can see, we have 0.2 and 0.1. To verify that this works, we're going to really quickly hit go, and as you can see, it went to the point. So now we're just going to go down, and we're going to go to job after moving, and we're going to hit enter, and we're going to type in 11, because this is point number, to signify this is point number 1. This is, we're going to type 11, and then go all the way down, and we're going to go tag code, and that's also going to be 11, and we're going to hit enter. Perfect. So now we're going to go on to point 2, and we're going to do the same thing. Job after moving, enter, and this one's going to be 12, because this is point 2. And we're going to hit enter, and we're going to go down to the tag code, and the tag code is going to be, even on point 2, it's going to be 11. So we type 11, and we hit enter. And that is it. So you can see 1111, and on point 2 it's 1211. And now we're gonna hit save. Right over here. Perfect. So you can see it's saving the data, and the points are now calibrated.
In order to begin the fiducial calibration, load the calibration file on FOS. In order to teach the first fiducial, go to point 1 with the Genome Teach pendant, and then go to the fiducial tab on the FOS. Surround one of the calibration marks tightly with the arrows as shown in the picture here, then select fiducial 1 and select Teach. Then go to the General tab and select Save. Next, we go back to the Fiducial tab and surround both marks with the box. On the Teach pendant, select Menu, Additional Function Data Settings, Workpiece Adjustment Settings. For this example, we use 11 and 12, so go to 11, then select Calibration and Get Calibration Mark. Select Robot Coordinate Position, then P1. Jog the robot to the center of P1 and press Enter. Do the same for P2. Then press Escape, go to Calculate and Register, and the value should set. Jog the robot to P2, and then again surround one of the calibration marks tightly. Select Fiducial 2 and select Teach. Select General, Save, and then back to Fiducial. Surround both calibration marks. Go to Menu, Additional Function Data Settings, Workpiece Adjustment 12 we're using for this tutorial. Then select Calibration and Get Calibration Mark. Go to Robot Coordinate Position, then P1, and jog to the center of C1. Jog to the center of P1 and select Enter. Do the same for P2. Jog to the center of P2 and select Enter. Then press Escape, and then Calculate and Register, and the value should set. Save all changes on the robot and the FOS. On FOS, load the default program and then save as fiducials. Once the fiducials program has been created, select Save and exit FOS. Open the fiducials file in Sherlock. On the right side, you can double-click ROI Fiducial and then Parameters to view parameters related to the model. For this application, we do not need to edit any of these parameters in Sherlock as they are set by FOS. The port number index here should be set to 0. Save changes, then open FOS. Load the fiducials file on FOS, then verify that we are using the main tool by pressing F2 and main tool TCP. Go to P1, go to the FIDUCIAL tab and select FIDUCIAL 1 and tightly surround the FIDUCIAL mark. Tightly surround FIDUCIAL 1 and select Teach. If you have any errors, reference the manual. The mark should get larger and turn red. On the robot, go to Menu, Additional Function Data Settings, Workpiece Adjustment Settings, using Workpiece 11. Go to Standard Data Settings and select Get Standard Data. Standard mark number should be 1. Escape all the way back and select Save. Go to P2. Tightly surround FIDUCIAL 2 and select Teach. Again, the mark should turn red and get larger. If there are any errors, reference the manual. Select Menu, Additional Function Data Settings, Workpiece Adjustment 12 in this case, then Standard Data Settings, and Get Standard Data. Value should populate, and standard mark number should be 1. Escape until you're back home, select Save. Also save the FIDUCIAL's program on the FOS. Open the Sherlock folder and the FIDUCIAL's program in Sherlock. Select ROI FIDUCIAL, Parameters, FIDUCIAL 1, Edit Model. The vision model will be shown, and we shrink the size of the window to remove noise. Coarse and Fine can be selected to improve the model. Press Apply after making changes. Close the window and do the same thing for FIDUCIAL 2. Apply. Select OK. Select the repeat button, then start a live video, and alternating back and forth between P2 and P1, the FIDUCIAL marks should be recognized. The change of color denotes recognition. If both FIDUCIAL marks are found 100% of the time, you can stop and hit Apply. Save the changes on Sherlock. After calibration and FIDUCIAL teaching are complete, we will start teaching routing points. Go to your program on the robot, select T-Tool and Camera TCP. In our program 101, we will have points 1 and 2 already programmed, so we will go to point 3 to begin. Select Jog, cut start point, adjust your line speed based on viewing the robot. Here we will start with 5 millimeters per second. And then here on P3, we can select Jog and jog the robot to a cut start point by looking at the FOS screen. Once you have found a good start point, you can press Enter, and then P4, hit Jog. This will be a cut endpoint, and leave the vacuum on, and we can go to P4 and jog the robot to our cut endpoint. By holding Shift, you can move faster than by just pressing the directional arrows alone. Note, you will have to adjust the Z height for the cut, start, and end point. For this example, we use a Z height of 125 millimeters for both the cut, start, and end point. And we save the program. An important note is that work adjustment 11 should be used for all points after point 1 and point 2. So in this example, point 3 and point 4 both have work adjustment 11, which is set by scrolling all the way down to work adjustment number and selecting 11. At this point, we can load the FIDUCIAL's program on FOS before we run our program on the robot. After the FIDUCIAL's program is loaded on FOS, we can take our switch box into run mode and start program 101. Use the emergency stop as needed. FIDUCIALs are recognized, and then it proceeds to cut the board.